Hi, I'm Dédé Wilson, and I'm going to show you how to make oatmeal chocolate chip cookies with butter and rolled oats. Now, these are going to be a kind of typical oatmeal cookie. I'm going to also include raisins, although those could be optional for you if you like. But I'm going to start with melted butter instead of creaming the butter and sugar. Melted butter makes the cookie just a little chewier, which I like. And an added dimension is going to be provided by the fact that I'm not only melting the butter, I'm going to brown it. So this is where I'm starting with my unsalted butter, which is already in my pan and it's beginning to melt. And we're going to wait for it to just brown gently. And I'll show you what it looks like when it comes to the right browned color level. So right now the butter has melted, but we want it to go a little further and we want to actually brown it. It's just starting to take on a little color. I'm going to brown it a little more than this, taking care not to burn it. This is perfect. It's browned. This is exactly what we want. And so we'll pull it from the heat. So we have our browned melted butter in the bowl. And then to that, I am going to whisk in granulated sugar and dark brown sugar. Now, if you want to use light brown sugar, you certainly can. But the dark brown sugar is going to just accentuate the sort of nutty, deep, rich flavor that you're getting from the brown butter. And I think that the dark brown sugar just adds a little extra something. So that gets whisked around in there. You don't need a mixer for this recipe, which is nice. To this, we're going to add half a teaspoon of vanilla and 1 large egg. The browned butter has a really distinct smell. It's this toasty, nutty, rich aroma that's just wonderful. Now we have our rolled oats, which is an important part of the recipe. We also have all-purpose flour, and we have salt, cinnamon, and baking soda. All of the dry ingredients can just go in one fell swoop. I'm going to start by using the whisk, and then I'm going to switch to a rubber spatula. Now you can leave it just like this. It doesn't have to be completely incorporated. And at this point, I'm going to add my chocolate chips and my raisins, which are optional, but I like raisins in all of my oatmeal cookies, including my oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. Now you could bake these right away, but I find that with oatmeal cookie recipes, if you refrigerate the dough at least overnight, that this interesting transformation happens. Basically, the moisture in the recipe that's provided by the egg and the butter will be absorbed by the oats, and the oats will take on, I think, a better chewy texture. So at this point, I'm going to refrigerate this dough, and then I'll show you what the cookies look like when we bake them. After your dough has chilled overnight, you're going to use a scoop of about this size to form your cookies, or you can just roll them by hand. You're looking for about a golf ball size ball of dough. And if you have a scale, it's a 2-ounce cookie. So you're going to put those 2-ounce cookies evenly spaced around your pan. This is a half sheet pan, also known as a jelly roll pan. I lined it with parchment. And then do not flatten the cookies. They're just going to be these big, tall balls. They will flatten out in the oven. Now, when you bake your oatmeal cookies, you want to bake them until they're still a little soft in the center. And this is going to preserve that amazing chewiness. And you can see that they're just bursting with chocolate chips and raisins, and there's a little bit of that cinnamon in there. Look at this. Oh, it's so amazing. Just chewy in the center. The chocolate is gooey. You've got the chewiness and sweetness of the raisins as well, and then the dark brown sugar combined with the melted and slightly browned butter is going to make the best oatmeal chocolate chip cookie you've ever tasted. All of those ingredients come together just perfectly in this cookie. I'm Dédé Wilson, and you can find this recipe for oatmeal chocolate chip cookies with butter and rolled oats at Bakepedia.com, the baker's resource.